think of a setting as digging for gold. You're
Okay.
gonna have to scoop a lot of times without like have to scoop a lot of dirt so that you scoop a little bit of gold. That is a strategy. And why it does matter and why it is a numbers game on top of like everything that I've told you, because you're not in control of the sale. At the end of the day, you're relying on
Mm,
somebody else's talent, somebody else's skill, the closer. Okay, man.
okay. Let's run it.
So first of all, to meet you where you're at, let me know, right, like out of nowhere, what's your process for setting? What do you do? What do you think is right? All that good stuff.
Okay. Good question. Good question. So I have used a couple scripts before, done a few role plays, less than 10. I've done over like 200 for closing, so I have like a larger base and I need to scale it down. However, the part of scaling it down isn't just doing less, it's like it's a different process. That's what I believe. So I need to get a couple main things, which is like first off the interest in getting some help and that it's actually important. And that like the closer could dive into it and discover the value worth, whatever the program is, like 2-3K. So I need to probe on why is that important and what he wants. Then obviously like see if we can help him, right? If he wants like to make 100K but we do 10K, it's not good. So what he wants, why he wants it on the surface level, and then it depends on the offer. Some do financial qualifiers. I don't like it that much. But yeah, maybe just ask what he does for a living and stuff and
Yeah.
see from there if it would make sense instead of just asking, oh, do you have some money set aside that's like retarded and sales and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then what does he want? Like, how does the goal look like? Because why he wants and what the goal looks like is a bit different as well. Perhaps not go
Yeah.
into consequence. But then, yeah, probably would skip the question of like, oh, what happens if nothing? Like, if you don't get that though, like, it's not my place. Then dive into the final part, which is most detailed as I know it, as far as I know. Which is like you set up, it starts with the, okay, so based on everything that you've said, I feel like there is definitely a potential for us to help. However, just to be 100% sure or to point you in the right direction, like I'm gonna schedule up a call with our like advisor or some cool named role.
Yeah.
And you introduce him by the name. I love doing that part of like, and so first you ask for permission to like schedule. Okay, so would it be cool if we connect you to and he can show you exactly how you can achieve that, as well as also dive deeper into whether we can totally help you. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. And then you call, okay, what time do you have? You have this, and okay, cool. I actually have a spot with Jack, and it's kind of rare, but he's a phenomenal guy. He helped like hundreds of people like you, so he would love it and have an absolute blast with him. And then double confirmation. Besides, aside
Yeah.
from you getting hit by a bus or a tsunami or an apocalypse, like we will definitely show up for the call just so
Yeah.
you have that efficiency. He's like, yeah. And then, okay, cool, man. Super excited for your progress. I'll see you on the call. You're gonna get an email as well with the confirmation and stuff. Probably a testimonial mention as well.
Perfect. Yeah. No, you have a lot of things that are good, that are genius, that are gonna be your bread and butter every single day. For example, hyping up that call, hyping up like, yeah, this guy, you're gonna have a blast with him. He has helped your bread and butter every day. You have to, because show up rate.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, it's super
One
important.
thing and one thing only, show up rate. Here's the thing, and here's like, okay, now I'll just dive deep into mindset and everything.
Yep.
Appointment setting, it's super easy to do. Like it's
Okay.
that easy, because you're not selling the product, you're not selling anything. You just have to sell the meeting. And
Yeah.
the truth is, anybody in their lives, like anybody in the entire world, if if they're interested in something, even the slightest, they're gonna say to a meeting with a guy. Like if you do the bare minimum, which is saying the right words at the right time, which is having a normal conversation, they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have another conversation with another person. Now, obviously, there are gonna be some objections. You're gonna have to literally objection handle and reframe. But I'm gonna get into that later. As for right now, just have the mindset that if someone wants, they will accept the meeting and you're gonna book them in. But there are a lot of challenges and things that could go wrong. So the hardest part is not the convincing part when you're doing appointment setting. The hardest part is to get people to actually show up. That's one thing. And then the other very, very important thing that is your bread and butter when you're appointment setting is dequalify.
Yeah.
Because here's the truth. And this is what it took me so much time to learn. And I kept making the same mistake over and over and over again. And it's probably the main reason why I couldn't stay at that company. I wasn't making enough money or not worth my time. I went and hired things. And it's one thing that goes completely against being a closer. So actually, the more you've trained as a closer, the less it works in your favor. And here's the deal.
That's what's in my favor, sorry? Yeah.
And it's the following.
Because you don't have to jump in.
You have to dequalify. Your goal, only goal when you're a setter is to dequalify. Why? Because setting is so easily that you're going to assume the set. You know how when you're closing they tell you, oh, assume the sale.
Yeah.
Well, actually here what you're going to do is you're going to assume that they're not qualified.
Okay.
You want to dequalify them. You're going to try to do that as much and as quickly as you can. Plot twist, you're going to dequalify a lot more people than the one you're going to qualify. It's probably like a 5-to-1 ratio.
Of a qualified person?
Of like 5 for each 5 that are unqualified, 1 is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because, and the reason why they say like assume the close, obviously, is because you want to be the mindset of, yeah, he needs it, it's going to work for him, whatever. When you're setting, most likely everybody's going to say yes to a call. But then the ones that are, number one, like legitimately qualified, and number two, that are going to show up, that decreases a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Because, okay, yeah, it could happen that actually people don't want to jump into the call, and that could be your fault because you don't really sell the call that well, or because they have a limiting belief, and that has happened. Is very, very less common, but you're going to definitely deal with some limiting beliefs and you're going to definitely have to objection handle. But you know that skill. That's closing. That's sales. That's no difference.
The first part you qualify, and second you like sell the call.
Yes, exactly. So what you're gonna notice when you're doing setting, and I'm pretty sure you've already tasted a little bit of this when you're calling people to close them, is that you have a lot of freedom. You can say consequence or not say consequence. You can dive into goals and pain or goals or any sort of combination. You can do anything you want. Truth is, everything works. Some are more efficient than others, yes. That's just something that with your specific context, with your specific niche of people that you're talking to, if it's young males from 17 till whatever age or whatever, then it's different than if it's like moms trying to lose weight. You'll figure that out. I have no worries. And that's just repetition and trying to fix things. But the main thing that you have to understand is that you want to dequalify a lot of people because of time, pretty much. Once you think that someone is qualified, and everybody lies, right? They could be super unqualified but say that they have money or whatever. Once you make that decision of, yes, they're qualified, I'm going to proceed with the sale, and you spend all this effort and tactics and time, more than anything, into get him more than to accept the setting process. Because to be honest, if you would call that someone that just call you just in order for them to go away, you're just gonna say like, yeah, sure, book me in for tomorrow at 2 p.m. right? And it's also something that you are interested. So you could, as a prospect, even think that you want it. You think that you actually want it. Oh yes, I am interested about this. I did sign up. I did give my number. I think I do want it. But in reality, maybe it's not that important for them. So then when they have a single time to think about things and hesitate, or they remember, oh, I have football practice tomorrow, or oh, right now in the moment, I don't feel like I want to talk to nobody, so I'm just not gonna show up. All those things can happen.
Yeah.
So my point is, once you take that decision of, okay, they're qualified, I'm gonna spend my time, my tactics, everything to make sure that they show up, more than for them to accept the meeting, because everybody would show up, would accept the meeting, but very few would show up. If it happens that they are unqualified and you made a mistake, then more than the closer being pissed or whatever, that really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
You lost time.
Mm.
And time is absolutely everything when you're appointment setting. Why? Because whenever they said, or whenever, yeah, like, you know what they say about sales is a numbers game. You have to do
Yeah.
a lot in
Some
order to
people.
make something. No, not some people. When you are setting, that's the Bible. Like, that is the truth.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you.
Yes, you as a closer, and I had the same mindset. I was like, no,
It's a
it's not
it's a closer
it's a
mindset. It's
skill.
not a number game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with setting.
It's not a
Yeah.
numbers
Okay.
game. It's skill. And with setting is the same thing. It is skill, but it's the skill to do huge numbers, to do
Yeah.
huge volume.
I mean, it's always like
The only
volume
way,
multiplied by leverage, but it's like how important is it, right? Leverage versus
yeah.
volume.
But the thing is, you need very little. You don't need to be a good, awesome, amazing salesperson or closer to make people to fill up a calendar. You don't need to.
Yeah.
But what you do need to be is an amazing strategist on how to, because think of a setting as digging for gold.
Okay.
You're gonna have to scoop a lot of times without, like, have to scoop a lot of dirt, so that you scoop a little bit of gold. That is a strategy. And why it does matter, and why it is a numbers game on top of, like, everything that I've told you, because you're not in control of the sale. At the end of the day, you're relying on somebody else's talent, somebody else's skill, the closer.
Okay. That's very true. Yeah.
So even once you find gold, yeah, once you find gold and go like, okay, this is qualified, and I know that this is qualified and whatever, you're still just throwing it in the air and hoping that it lands in your basket.
Yeah. Okay. Right? It can get lost. Yeah.
So when I did started getting and seeing some results was when I implement some of the rules, and then I can tell you my framework, like the things that I've said, everything, which, as I said, it's optional because everything works, and I make sure that you're gonna probably find out your own thing. But this is the mindset that is the base core pillar where everything builds upon, right? Which is the framework, everything that you actually say. But is this: the qualify people as soon as possible. And when they are qualified, that's when you get surprised, and that's when you continue with the sale. But set literally a timer, and if you are not fully 100% sure that they're qualified or not in the first 3 minutes, then, man, you have to polish your skill set. You have to do something.
Yeah.
And ideally, it's actually like 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute and a half, all the different things.
Yeah, and you get a feel for whether it's qualified or not.
Yeah. But more than a feel, you do want to be really, really sure.
Yeah, logically.
Yeah, and you get away with being sure. Like, once you start doing it, and at the beginning it's a little bit uncomfortable, but that's the whole deal with appointment setting, to get as uncomfortable as you could possibly be, so that you become as calibrated as you could be, right? So if you all of a sudden say something super weird that you would never say, for example, so how much do you make per hour, as the first thing when you call someone, which is like super weird. So like, who's this? Yeah.
What the
that teaches you how to be super calibrated when you actually intend to make the sale with all your effort. Like, the stakes are so low on fumbling a call that you're gonna be trying all sorts of different things, and that's okay. That's encouraging.
Okay, that's interesting. Love that.
So, and eventually you find a way to be sure if the people are qualified or not. You find your way to be so smooth, and so you have so many micro skills that you end up being able to ask how much they make, how much, like everything, what do they do. You get away with it. You can ask us anything that you want,
Yeah,
like
nice.
how many
Okay, I
freckles
love that.
are they have in their fucking left cheek, ass cheek. You can ask, you can get away with it.
Yeah. Yes.
Obviously, depends on the industry and your skills and whatever, but you get away with it. The important thing is time and time only, and it's a numbers game.
Okay.
But again, it's not that much of a numbers game because you are able to put numbers as long as you have the skill and the strategy of dequalify, dequalify, dequalify.
True.
And then the ones that are qualified, then those you make sure that you don't fumble. And we can dive into that in another session.
Yeah. That's
What
the
to
mindset.
say, what to say to make sure that they do show up on the call, because that's really hard as well, making them show up. So you're gonna spend a bit of time, a bit of effort. But there's still always the chance of them not showing up. That's just a given. That's why you
Yeah.
never get to 100% showing up. Even if they show up, even if they're qualified, there's always the chance of them not closing.
Yeah. Some people never buy. Yep.
So it's still a numbers game in terms of someone who is perfectly qualified. It's the most qualified person you've ever met in your entire life.
Yeah.
A person that you say, hey, I'm gonna, like, the closer's gonna close this. I'm 2000% sure.
Yeah.
There's still the chance that he won't close. And that's why in every call that you are ever gonna have, don't make it more than 15 minutes. Even with the most qualified prospect. Like sometimes I think, oh, this prospect is so qualified. And I'm talking about a guy that was a YouTuber. He had like 5 million subscribers. He was basically riding Lambos and just supercars, a new supercar every weekend.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. And I spent on call with him for 45 minutes because at the end we talked and we follow each other on Instagram and we built massive rapport. So like he is qualified 3000%. Like I could have sold him right there on the spot. But
Yeah.
I mean he has to go through I made a whole sales call with him and I was like, yeah, that day you go ahead and you talk to this guy and you're for sure gonna get perfect. You're gonna be set. And he ended up not closing. Why the fuck? Because according to the closer, he's like, oh, he's got a lot of money, he doesn't need it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could dive into what happened there, but the truth is,
Yeah.
there was a selling
The
point.
main
There was a
point.
massive selling point because it wasn't money that he was after. It
Yeah.
was a network of like-minded people that he wanted to surround himself, and he wanted to learn a new skill because he's a person that just learns new skills, and well, obviously that got him to the place where he's at.
Yeah, but the closer was
Closer was
too
like money,
focused.
right?
Yeah.
So probably like in the first 30, 20 even minutes of the call, the closer knew, oh, he's in qualified.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
stupid, bro. That's fucking dumb. That's fucking dumb. But I spent
Yep.
45 minutes on call with this guy. But if I held the rule of only 10, ideally 10, but if you want to go that extra step in order to make sure that they do show up to the call, maybe 15 minutes. So 5 minutes of saying how awesome the closer is and going to consequence and all these things to make sure that they show up. Okay, 15. If I would have held myself to that rule of maximum 15 minutes, then how many 15-minute calls can you pack in 45 minutes? 3. I think the one. So that's 3 qualified prospects where I could have given other closers the chance to close and I earn my commission.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So it's like instead of digging for big pieces of gold, you go for the normal gold, but then just, as much of those as possible. So there's a higher chance. It's like that
The
landed.
lesson would be all gold is the same size. All gold, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why
You may think they are more qualified, but it's like same close rate, right?
same size.
Yeah.
So if time is gold, give the same amount of time to each piece of gold, no matter if one is shinier, bigger, whatever, because it's not
Yeah.
on you. And that's super different than the closing mindset.
Yeah, because like every person is qualified. I'll do my best till the very end, and like yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this was my mindset, like, to death. And that's like, there's no qualified people. There's just you not being able to close.
Yeah.
And that's literally what Dan says. Dan says that, right? I got him.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
And he's right. As long as you're a closer.
Yeah. That's true.
He's
As you
right.
said, the goal is the same. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So that is the
I
mindset.
love
The
that.
two most important things are, number one, and by far more important than anything else, dequalify. Dequalify as much as you can. As much as, if you're in a good company, which of course you're gonna be, there's options. There's always piles of dirt to try. There's a huge lead pool that you're gonna, man, you can work endlessly all the time without stopping, without eating, without sleeping, all good.
Yeah. If I have that, for sure.
So unqualified. If you're not sure, if you're not able to fully know, but you're gonna be able to eventually, once you get the skill and everything, it's not gonna take you long. You're gonna be able to, and you're gonna find out that most of them are unqualified, and that's what you are gonna aim for. Why do I tell you that you have to aim for unqualified people? Because of mindset. If you aim for the qualified ones, you're gonna get unmotivated. You're gonna be like, man, I've talked to 15 people today, and they're all fucking unqualified. You're gonna feel frustrated. You're gonna be like, shit. But if you flip it, the results are the same. The same amount of people are gonna be qualified. It's not gonna magically change things, but you're gonna be like, boom, I unqualified this guy in just 30 seconds. Boom, I made awesome. Next one is gonna be on 29 seconds. So you assume the qualify. You're gonna have a blast, bro. You're gonna have a blast. Oh, unfortunately, we cannot help you because you are whatever XYZ. But call us once you get this money or whatever you're serious about. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Boom,
or we
hang
can
up.
send you
Next.
this. Okay, nice. I love that. That's pickup rates. Yeah. What about the pickup rates? Because like on the committed coaches, I was there for like an hour to get 1 to 2 calls. Just dialing, power dialing. It's like 1 in 100 people that you call. It's fucking hilarious. The pickup rate was so bad.
Yeah.
It's like 1%, 3%.
That is a huge thing. So I also have some frameworks for that. It's super dead easy. My company had actually really good pickup rates, but it didn't feel like it. It's never gonna be enough. No matter if you call, it's gonna feel like that. Like if 1 out of 2 people, so pretty much 50% pickup rate, picks up the phone, and it's not gonna be enough. You're gonna be like, fuck, nobody's picking up.
Okay.
It's still gonna feel like that. But my company was actually 1 every 5 or 6, so a little bit below 20 pickup rate.
Still.
You could work with that. It was good. So what you want to do is call everybody twice. Not everybody. Like, sometimes call someone just once, and if your intuition for whatever reason, like they just submitted the thing, but they couldn't dial or whatever, they just move on. But mostly dial twice. That does work. Sometimes even 3 times. Actually, I found that if you're insistent enough, like if you go, like you're just, okay, let me put this into words. You're just 1 extra dial from getting that pickup.
Yeah, getting the person on the phone.
Right? So, and that's always true. Like if it's the 100th time that you've dialed in a row, right? So within seconds of dialing, you're just 1 more dial away from them picking up. Like eventually they're gonna have to pick up.
Yeah. Okay.
And obviously it is true because theoretically, if you stay there infinitely dialing, I mean
they're gonna block you at some point, right? They ignore you.
Yeah, they're gonna block you at some point. But then if you never stop, you never stop. So you're gonna keep, like, mathematically, whatever, that doesn't matter. Point is, if you apply that concept, sometimes I have dialed like 5-6 times, because my intuition told me like, okay, they are busy right now, or they have like their hands dirty, so I'm just gonna wait like 5 minutes and then dial, and then like maybe 6 minutes instead of five or whatever, and then eventually it is true. They pick up like, oh yeah, sorry, I was like super busy or whatever, and I couldn't. But it's good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. I was planning on calling you guys, then I forgot. Like, so follow your
Oh,
intuition,
nice.
but as a general rule, just 2 times should be good.
Yeah.
And then super important, let it ring for maximum 20 to 25 seconds.
Yeah, don't
No,
wait like a whole minute.
whole minute, it's a fucking waste of time.
Yeah, you just sit there like dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. That's what I did. Uh,
No,
until
I
then.
did the same thing. It's a huge mistake because,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's the data. Like if they don't answer in the first 20 seconds, they're probably not gonna, like, the chance of them answering afterwards super low.
I like
Now it does
exponentially.
happen. It does happen. That's why you want to double dial.
True. That's like more effective, right? And if they ignored
Yeah.
you because it's like, oh, I can't be bothered, and then you dial a second time, and they're like, oh, okay, fuck, like I should pick up.
Yeah.
Right? They have this like instinct, of like, oh, okay, something important. Yeah.
Yeah, and the good thing is, one thing that increased a lot the pickup rate of my company, and that's gonna happen if you're disciplined enough, is that people are gonna start calling you back.
Yeah,
So what might
that
not seem
happened as
like,
well.
yeah, what might seem like, oh, nobody's fucking picking up, could translate later on calls that you're getting.
Yeah, you're just like sowing, those seeds, and like 1 in 15 calls
Yeah,
that haven't answered, like it's just gonna dial you back, and they're gonna be receptive and stuff.
yeah, exactly. The other thing is that people might answer, be like, oh, I'm busy, call you later or whatever.
Yeah,
That's also a whole new skill on how to schedule a call, and a
yeah,
whole new skill on how you keep track, so that when that time comes by, you actually call the people, like you don't forget.
yeah. It's like
And
tasks in a CRM, I guess, or in like Google Calendar.
yeah, yeah, but definitely it is the skill of reviewing the Google Calendar,
Yeah,
making sure
yeah,
that you match the name with the number, that it's easy, all these different things. But that matters a lot. And sometimes it happens that they say like, oh yeah, tomorrow 2 p.m. is perfect. Then tomorrow 2 p.m. their time, obviously the time, that's also a whole skill. Oh, sorry, I told you today at 2 p.m., but actually tomorrow 2 p.m. and then so on. But they could be qualified. Like that has happened to me.
yeah,
That like I had to reschedule 3, 4, 5 times. Obviously, that's part of the strategy. Before you actually reschedule or schedule a call for a good time, you want to qualify them, because there's no point in rescheduling a
yeah.
call
Catch on. Yeah.
if they're unqualified.
True.
Yeah, but once you do that, it is good to follow up. Follow up is everything, because, well, you're only gonna follow up with people that you know that they're qualified, and yeah, there's just gold to be collected there. Your follow up list, they're always gonna pick up. There might not be, they might be busy, but they're always gonna pick up. So you build that sort of, okay, this is a real human being who cares about me. It's a lot of rapport. It's easy, that easy.
Yeah.
Difficult part is
Okay.
their organizational skills. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Anything else like crucial on the mindset?
I mean, that's all I can
10
remember as
minutes.
for right now.
Yeah.
But that's the main thing. Yeah. And
That's the
do
thesis.
enough volume
Okay.
so that you can get paid, you know?
Yeah, yeah, bro. Definitely interesting. Sounds more like performance based than I thought.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
That's
Imagine.
why,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna say that's why a lot of people stay as setters,
Mm.
because it's actually really different from the
Addictive.
performance. No, it's not addictive at all. It's but it requires a different set of strategy and strategic
Mm.
skills, not like sales skills. Sales skills is always going to be sales skills, but it
Yeah.
requires a different mindset than being a closer.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. It's like super different.
And that's why I have grown to be like really set on, okay, I'm gonna be a closer.
Only closer, yeah, because like if you meddle with like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna be a closer while I'm setting, like, bro, it doesn't. It's difficult.
No, it's good. It's good.
Like they're different.
People do it. People do
Yeah.
it, but you have to have dominated these two things that I'm telling you about, which it's possible. Like I think I am in my way there, and I have no problem on getting an appointment setting gig right now because I think that I've dominated and that I could really earn with that. But it's just not what I want.
Yeah, okay.
Like
But yeah, that's
I'm
nice.
through with it.
Having that
Yeah.
establishment, yeah, it's very nice. It's nice, love that.
It's like two sports. It's like surfing and then like kite surfing. It's similar. It's still water. It's still like the same base, but you need to different equipment, strategy. Yeah, like
Different
a
skill
different
set.
community around it. All these things. Exactly. Different
Yeah,
skill set.
okay. Interesting, interesting. I feel like that foundation of like crushing it as a setter, because like ultimately people who go towards closing like right away, they have some sort of foundation, right? It's just not a setter foundation.
Yeah.
That's what I usually find. They either
Yeah.
like, because like the two guys I know, okay, three guys I know who jumped right into closing. First has been selling for 10 years. The second had his own like school program, making couple K a month on there, teaching people. Third one was in a fucking UK, like King's College studying,
Mhm.
med. The other was like also a fucking coach, a beast, like
Mhm.
living his dream life in Bali. So it's like they already have so much fucking background, right? But when you don't have that
I think
sales setter foundation, it's just sort of like you crumble.
yeah,
There's
I think all of that helps, but it's actually necessary, but for different reasons. I think that why these people like their background, why that helps them so much, despite it being sales or not, is because the work works on you more than you work on the work.
Yeah.
In terms of whatever they had to experience
It shaped them
to
in a
be
way,
in
right?
that position. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
level of discipline of talking to people, of interacting with the world.
It's
It's
like
a
the
lot of
identity.
data.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they got
it's a
shaped, they
lot
got a
of
specific
solid.
identity. Yeah, but for me, I haven't necessarily done that with other stuff, right? So then with setting, it's gonna shape me
Exactly.
into the identity that is more suitable for closing.
Yeah, correct.
That's more like
And that's what I
confident.
felt. Yeah, and that's what, like, for example, these couple months of not touching closing or sales or anything has done to me. Like it's just a spiritual thing, more confidence, more
Yeah,
whatever,
just
more,
mindset.
bro. Yeah, exactly. Now there are ways to make that more efficient. Obviously, if you do a Navy SEAL
Hell week.
program, and yeah, you're an elite person. Obviously, you're gonna build a stronger character, more confident, more spiritual, whatever, than if you just sat down and ate chips all day. But yeah, I think that's specifically how it works. And because that is so relevant when you're a closer, you have to be a leader, you have to have confidence, you have
Yeah.
to have all this data of how the world works. You have to understand that the world is a dangerous, devastating, unfair place. And you have to realize a lot of realities, a lot of things that are real. You have to be very mature. That's the word. To be a
Yeah.
closer, you have to gain a level of maturity and perception of the world to be able to guide others and have so much conviction. And that doesn't come for free nor with shortcuts.
Yeah, exactly. Very well said. But you don't get
Awesome,
bored
man.
with it. Good
Yeah,
conclusion. I love it.
you know.
Love that. Awesome stuff. We have 4.5 minutes till the meeting ends, but it's really phenomenal. I appreciate your help. Really useful. Yep. I took the notes and stuff.